Today on HakTip, we're breaking down Posix, and this HakTip is brought to you by Eero. Welcome to HakTip, the show where we break down concepts, tools, and techniques for hackers, gurus, and IT ninjas. I'm your host, Shannon Morse, and today we are talking about Posix, or Posix if you feel like saying it that way as well. So what the heck is that? Yes, Posix. This stands for the Portable Operating System Interface, aka Posix for short, and is defined as a family of standards specified by the IEEE Computer Society for maintaining compatibility between operating systems. So Posix defines the application programming interface, the API, along with command line shells and utility interfaces for software compatibility with variants of Unix and other operating systems. So basically, Posix makes stuff stay compatible in operating systems. That's the short format definition. Problem was, way back in the 80s, a whole bunch of different manufacturers wanted to fancy up their stuff. They got incompatible, drama ended up ensuing, and then the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, the IEEE for short, they showed up, they made a set of standards for folks to follow. And the standards they came up with were aptly named Posix. So Posix took the originally developed Unix that happened to just understand Ascii in collation order and adjusted it so Ascii tables would be read with something called Locale. The Locale Adjustment allows the operating system to choose the best format based on whatever language the user is working with. So if you don't use English, that's totally fine. They made it available for any language in the world. Well, almost. That is a dictionary collation order, rather than the regular older Ascii order. So one way to think about this is the older Ascii order just reads the alphabet as all uppercase A through Z first, and then all lowercase a through Z. So if you look at that, if I type this in, it would look through A, B, C, D all the way through Z, and then it would get everything else, A, B, C, D, all the way through Z, like that. Now, if I go ahead and Control-C out of there. If I wanted to do a dictionary collation order, that reads the same listing of letters as lowercase a, uppercase A, and then lowercase b, uppercase b, and so on and so forth, all the way to lowercase z, uppercase z at the very end. And then of course there are also your numbers and your symbols that you'll find on your keyboard. Now when it comes to regular expressions with grep, for example, you probably won't run into any issues, but if you do, there are Posix character classes that you can use. Now luckily there is a website for this. There's a great rundown over at regular-expressions.info. And this website, you should definitely check it out if you haven't already for regular expressions. Basically, if I scroll down, you can see it here. This table explains all of the different ways that you can use Posix character classes to get the output that you expect whenever you are working with different kinds of regular expressions. Now, we are going to delve into converting back to regular Ascii format in case you run into any complications right after this break. When you're looking to improve your wireless network, making sure that your entire home has a strong signal is a definite must. That's where Eero comes in. They are launching the very first second-generation mesh Wi-Fi system that comes with one Eero and 1 to 2 beacons. These are mesh access points. They're not extenders. They're much smaller than the originals. They plug into an outlet. They have an ambient night light in case you gotta get up in the middle of the night, and they are more powerful than the originals as well. But if you already have the original Eero devices, that's totally cool too. Eero has your back. These babies are backwards compatible and they can be purchased separately. So systems start at $399 for all of the components together, but if you just want to buy one beacon to add on, you totally can, and those are $149 each. We've gotten a chance to test these in the warehouse, so I can honestly say our wireless usually does not reach from one end to another, but the Eero Mesh does a really great job of fixing that headache and giving me the speeds that I pay for from my ISP. Plus, it's very easy to set up, it's really reliable too. Eero is also announcing the Eero Plus subscription, which includes advanced network security monitoring, supplementing the features that are already built in that you get for free with the device, and content filtering, which is also really great for houses with kids. Now with any system, you get automatic updates, you get two-factor authentication for your admin access, you get Eero's backing with a bug bounty program, and they also do third-party audits, which is awesome. We also have a coupon code for you for free overnight shipping to the US or Canada. You can visit Eero.com and at checkout select overnight shipping, enter HakTip, HakTip to make it free. Check it out and learn more at Eero.com. We are now back, and now it is time for some examples. So I'm going to pull up my terminal here, and I'm going to go ahead and Control-C that. So I am going to type in grep tac n and single quote A through Z, all capitals, close that out, and I'm going to look specifically in my HakTip. I don't remember the full name, so I'm going to call it HakTip asterisk for wildcard.txt and hit enter. Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. Let's change directories over to, I believe it's called test, and try that again. There we go. Okay, so now I can see that it outputs highlighted uppercase letters from my HakTip show note document. It's the same thing if I just end up typing A through Z and actually type it out, A, 3, Z, D, whatever. But this time, of course, I didn't type out all the letters, so it's only going to get me the output for A, B, C, D, and Z. So not a big difference there, same output. If I wanted to use the Posix setting though, it would be the same thing, pretty similar, grep tac H in this case, single quote, and in double brackets, I'm going to put upper, end it with single quotes again, and then close that out with the file I want to search. Hit enter, and that's going to give me the exact same output again. Now, say for some reason your output was not correct for grep or some other program that you are running, you're kind of sick of Posix maybe, you can convert to regular Ascii collation order instead of dictionary collation that you get with Posix. So you can easily do this by changing the language environment variable, since it is tied to your operating system language settings, like we mentioned previously when outlining whatever Posix is. Now you can use this by typing in echo $ uppercase lang, and that is going to give you the language of your operating system. So in my case, I'm using US English basically. Next, I can type locale and hit enter. And this is going to bring up the locale command. So instead of having my language sent to US English, which you can see up here and also in that language line right below it, I could easily change this to export lang equals Posix, all in capitals except for export. And this is going to revert that back to regular Ascii collation order. Now, if you do add this to your bash RC file, like we've mentioned previously on HakTip, it will make the change permanent. This is very similar to how I changed the colors for my default terminal whenever it opens up. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about with Posix is the two types of expressions that it comes as. There's either basic or extended. So basic regular expressions, aka BRE, and extended regular expressions, aka ERE, they each work a little bit differently. So BRE is built into grep, and as such, basic meta characters are also recognized. So this includes the caret, the $, the period, the brackets, the square ones, and the asterisk or the wildcard. ERE includes the parentheses, the squiggly brackets, and it also includes the question mark and the plus sign, like that. Now, both the parentheses and the squigglies can be treated like basic regular expression characters only if they are escaped with a backslash right before them. With extended regular expressions, backslashing any of the meta characters will make them literal characters. And now you know one of the many reasons why egrep is super handy, because extended grep supports ERE characters as well as BRE ones. So now you have an overview of Posix and why egrep existed. Keep in mind though, egrep is deprecated since now the same extended output can be done with grep tac E, which is what they say you're supposed to do. I don't really care which one you use. I'm sticking with grep tac E because it's the one that's easy for me to memorize. Now be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/hak5, and hit that little like button if you got some good info out of today's episode. Until then, I want to hear your feedback. Comment below, and be sure to check out our sister show Hak5 for more great stuff just like this. I'll be there reminding you to trust your technolust.